everyone, Chandra Bartlett Lerman here, author and illustrator of the children's series Bartlett Berry Briar. We're going to do a drawing demonstration today for the students at Chango Elementary School. So today I'm going to draw Dill. I have pre-drawn him so that you can see what the end result should look like. So we're going to draw Dill standing with a little bit of a wave. We're going to use a large portion of the paper, so you want to make sure that when we begin you leave yourself enough room. All right, are we ready? Here we go. As far as materials, I just have one big piece of beautiful clean white paper, and I'm working with a black Sharpie marker. Anything would be fine as far as markers go. If you want to use blue, red, purple, doesn't matter, as long as your tip is nice and sharp and not dried out. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start at the top and go down, so I'm going to do Dill's ears. And this is very simple. They're going to look like curved triangles. So there's his first ear. I'm going to come over about here. I'm going to do the exact same thing. I'm going to mirror that ear. Next, I'm going to connect it so we have the top of his head. And to do that, I'm just going to do 3 squiggles that represent his fur on the top of his head. Now I'm going to come down below this ear, and I'm going to do his face, which is a little bit of curve, then a little fur on the bottom. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the other ear. Exact mirror image. And already we see it's looking like a head. Hopefully everyone's is looking like heads as well. Okay, next I'm just going to quickly put in a little fur in his ears. It defines them more. Now we can definitely see that they're ears and not just triangles. The next thing we're going to do are his eyes. Now if we look here on the cover of my book, you can see the shape of his eye. So we're going to try to do that. So I'll come down about halfway below the cheek, do an arch with that side coming down a little further than the other one. Then once you have your arch, you're simply going to connect that with a curved line. And so obviously we would do the same thing on the other side. Curve, and this side will be longer here. And then I'm just going to connect. All right. Next, I'm going to go inside the eyes and draw one circle and then one smaller circle. Same thing on the other side. One circle and a small circle. And then I'm going to just color in. I'm going to color in right around those circles, making sure to leave those circles white. And once we do this, you will begin to see Dill's face really take shape. Okay, color, color, color. Try to stay inside the lines as best as you can. Okay, that's my first side. So today, we're working at the kitchen table in my home. I surprisingly spend most of my time when I illustrate doing it from the kitchen. I think it has the best light in the house. And obviously, too, it's closer to the sink behind me so that when I need to change out my water, it's right there. And I used to work at the kitchen table, too, when I was a little girl, so not too much has changed. Okay, so now I have both of my eyes colored in. I'm just going to now add eyelashes. I'll give him 2 little curves. You can give yours as many as you want. Then I'm going to add eyebrows. One there. And, you know, the eyebrows really can change the whole expression on the face. So today, obviously, Dill will be happy. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is Dill's nose. Come up above this eye, and then you're going to come down, and then about that point, do a little curve. Again, same thing on the other side. Come down and do a little curve. And that looks funny, but it won't look funny for too much longer. right here at this point for his nose. Just gonna make a little triangle, like that. And then just like our eyes, we'll color that in. There. And I usually like to do and indicate a little line that would say that his nose is being kind of scrunched up. Like he's always smelling or like he's always happy. Okay, next is the mouth. Come down below your nose and below your eye. So where that eye ends is where I would begin, right here. I'm just going to do curve and then connect it and do another curve. So it's a lot of just doing the same thing. Now I'll come in here and do one more small curve. So now we have a face. I usually like to do teeth for Dill, right in there. So I'm going to come in here and just do 3/4 of a square. And then what do you think I would do next? Probably just color it in, right? Just like we did for the eyes. Okay. So I know that when we do all these elements independently, you're kind of wondering how this is possibly going to look like Dill. But as you can see, it's working. All right, so right below that mouth, I'm just going to do a little line right here to indicate that's his chin. And then I'm going to do my most favorite part on him, his whiskers. So over on this cheek, I'll just do 3 little dots like that. Then, and you can have fun with your whiskers too. You can make them long, short, curvy, straight, whatever your fancy. Then I'll do the same thing on the other side. Very good. All right. So I'll give everyone a minute to catch up and finish off their whiskers. And the next thing we're going to do is move down, shoulders. And if I want him waving, I think I'm going to put his hand on his left side. Our right, his left. Okay, so I'm going to start here at the bottom of that face. And just kind of make, you know, the indication of fur. Your lines don't have to be perfect. In fact, I think a lot of the time they look better when they're not perfect. In fact, I'm even just going to come up here while you guys are working on that and just go over these lines a little bit, give them a little bit more dimension. See, I think that looks much better that way. Line weight is hugely important in illustrations. Okay, so now that I have this arm, I'm just going to come over and I'm going to do halfway because we have to think about if he's waving, the shape of his arm changes. So if you want to take your arm out, depending on if you're left-handed or right-handed, look, come down about right there. And so now I'm going to go up his arm, I guess about like that, and then his hand. And we'll give him 5 fingers just like we have. I think chipmunks have 5. I should probably double check on that. Okay, so give you a little chance to catch up there. And then I'm just going to color in some little pads on his paw. Just kind of throw them in. And then I'm going to add little claws. That's my favorite part to do on the entire anatomy of my characters, is just give them their little claws. It makes such a difference. All right, next we're going to draw his torso into his legs. So Dill, see how he's shaped? Like a pear. So I'm going to come over right below that line, this point right here. I'm just going to go down and kind of make him wider at the hips. And his little legs curve, something like that. All right. Looking good. Then once we've done that, we're just going to come over here and finish this arm. So draw a line down there. Then I guess his thumb, and we'll do a finger. So he's kind of, we're looking at him like that. All right. Oops, I want to add claws. Okay, and then once you're done with that, I just like to come in here You can see that's his little stomach area. Since we're working with just black and white today, I'm just going to make some lines indicating that's the stomach area. Okay, good. All right, we're getting close to the end. Next up, feet. Come down right here, right at your curve. Draw a line out with a curve like that. And then I'm going to come in, and I'm going to do another one of those. And then one more, and I'm going to close it up. So there's his foot and his toes. Again, come over to this side and do the same thing. So 1, 2, 3, and close it. All right, and add the claws, of course. There we go. See, now all of a sudden he looks like a little critter. Okay, we have one more thing to do. The tail. So if we were looking at him head on, his tail would be coming out the back of his rear. So we can at least see the tail, I'm going to imagine he has it curved one way. So I guess we'll put it over where the hand is. So a chipmunk's tail, how I draw them, it goes something kind of like this. So we want to keep that shape in mind. So if I'm thinking about how his tail would look at a curve, I would imagine it would start here behind him, curve out, and then I would continue that line just like that. So if we made believe it came this way, it would make sense to us. And then he has little black stripes down his backside. So I'm going to have those come down to the tip of the tail. And we'll fill those in. Then all of a sudden, just like that, with 1 or 2 small details, it looks like a chipmunk's tail. All right, so there you go. Told you that was easy. And the one thing I am going to add, just so you can see that it looks like Dill even more, I'm going to color him in here, is those cheeks are trademarked for the Bartlett Berry Briar characters. And there. Yep, I think that did the trick. Color in his ears a little. So with your drawings at home, you can color in the fur any color you want. Bring him to life, get some color in there. And the very final thing we're going to do today, we're going to sign our name. It's very important to have your artist signature on there. So I'm going to sign my name, Chandra. And there you are. I hope you enjoyed that. If you want to read my books, you can purchase them online at www.bartlettberrybriar.com. My next book, Happy Birthday Peaches, is coming out hopefully this summer, depending on how the publishers and the printers are manufacturing. Right now it's kind of uncertain. So look for that next year, and I hope to see everyone in the future. Take care and stay safe.